barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
What?
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal.
I don't know. I panicked, guys. I panicked. I did the thing I said I wasn't going to do.
The two of you enter one last exchange, a flurry of blade and claw and fleshy ribbons. And then you stop. Neither you nor Princess able to go any further.
I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
We've all made mistakes. I'm sure you've made mistakes. They've made mistakes. We've made mistakes. Everyone's made mistakes. The thing is about what we do when we admit our wrongs and our failings. You forgive us, right? You forgive us. That's what you're going to do. You're going to forgive us, right?
Glee dances across her face as you fall to the ground.
Okay, so she's a bit sadistic.
I did it. I got you. You...
The princess seems to tremble, her smile fading quickly, replaced with concern. Her nervous eyes brim with tears.
Why? Why did you let me do this?
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Right! Okay, I think I've got it.
You're on a path in the woods. I can't believe she actually stabbed us.
You have to get with the program, dude. I think I've figured it out.
I told you not to give her the blade. I told you it would come around to bite us. I voted against it.
And I told you it wasn't a democracy, but I've figured it out. You need to believe me and trust me.
Yeah, we know. You already got your I told you so's in while we were bleeding out.
Right, let's not get petty.
I just wanted to make sure that everyone here knows that I was and am on the right side of that argument.
Nobody likes a smart arse, but you weren't right. Because she looks sad at the end. You're missing that point. The skeptic would have got that.
Oh, you're far from being on the right side of anything. You're fixated on the past, whereas what you should be is fixated on the future.
Who are you?
Oh, a visionary. I like it. Tell me more. Gladly, my dear fellow. By cruelly turning on the princess in her moment of vulnerability, we made ourselves an enemy. But by mastering our fear and insecurity and handing over our power, we've begun a journey to something so much deeper.
That's what I said last time. These two don't believe me. Bring them up to speed, please.
I like journeys. Travelling is a bit of a passion of mine. It makes me so relatable. Now, where are we off to?
Is the narrator being replaced?
Well, if we're lucky, it's a journey to love.
Oh, okay. We've kind of got this thing going on. The narrator's gone.
She hates us.
She's confused. She's confused. You, right. So Smitten's going here. Somebody's just sitting on my head.
Does she? She hesitated before stabbing us to death.
No. Where's the notes? Glee dances across her face as you fall to the ground. Ha ha ha. I did it. I got you. It's what she said. That's the first thing that she said. Then there was regret. If you're going to say something, say it with the facts, yeah?
Maybe she won't be as keen to betray us this time. We've already proven to her that we can change.
Or she's going to be more
she'll
confused.
Realise that things don't have to end in violence.
Or she might be more confused at the fact that what I'm going to do, because I could change my mind again. That's probably what she's going to think.
You know, maybe you're right. In which case, I suppose the only thing to do is to get back to the cabin and give it another try.
I really don't like him.
Give what another try exactly?
Where have you been?
You are aware I've been listening to you, right? It makes no difference if we conspire.
You're going to have to share
share
that shelf.
Share our intentions with open hearts. We are breaking your cruel cycle and whisking her away to freedom.
Bit creepy.
Oh, are you now? Great. So you've obviously been here before, since you apparently died at least once. Twice, actually.
3 times.
Sure. Twice. Then I'll spare you the little introduction I had planned.
Okay,
You
that's
already
good.
know about the princess, and clearly you already know that she's dangerous. So don't muck this up. It's bad enough that this isn't your first time through.
You see, but it is. This place is different. It keeps changing. We're going to free her. We're even now. I'm sure she understands that. But we can see what she has to say for herself when we get to the cabin. There's going to be a bit of mistrust between us still. I hope you don't think I'm planning on freeing her after she stabbed me in the heart. No. There's something bigger going on here. But then if she gets away, the thing happens. Screw the cabin. What happens if we just leave? We've never done that. We've never just left. That thing will come back. And then I'll have to try and get back here again. But we'll do the leaving thing at the start. Or will it give me the opportunity to do that? It might not. You sure seem to be taking the whole looping thing in its stride.
What do you want me to say? It's bad that you've been here before. It's bad for you, it's bad for me, and it's especially bad for the world. The more times you run through this, the more likely it is that you'll fail. You've already failed twice.
Yes, however, I'm making friends.
So you knew this could happen? Theoretically, sure, I knew this could happen, but I was supposed to be the first. I'd really rather not get into it.
What happens if I do it correctly with the first narrator? I wonder if that's a thing.
I don't care about where we came from, and I don't care to discuss the theory of anything.
I know what you care about.
I yearn only to bring her freedom. I'm here to feel, not to think.
I bet you are. I don't trust you at all. Can we leave him behind? He seems a bit creepy.
Then we can all move on and forget what I said about failure.
We didn't really fail. We're here again.
It's important that you believe in yourself. And
I
the fact you're here probably means that you still have a chance to pull this off and save the world.
We're not pulling anything off, not with Smitten with us.
Sounds like you've probably doomed a couple of others already.
We don't know that for certain because we haven't seen it happen. And it's technically remodeling or remolding. We've kind of discussed this already.
I need to stop talking. Think happy thoughts.
That could do us a wonderful good. Okay, this place came to the event. We're going to set her free. We're even now. Yeah. I don't think. Okay, screw this cabin. What happens if we just leave? Yeah, what happens if we just leave?
She gets out is what happens. Maybe not right away, but eventually. And a world that's doomed tomorrow is a bummer, isn't he? All doom this and doom that. There's more to the world than how and when it will end. Love is what makes everything worth doing.
That's probably the only thing that you said that kind of makes sense. However, you're the whole feely thing just.
Whatever you do, don't listen to this one. He's ridiculous. Whatever he wants you to do, do the opposite.
That's what Skeptic said about you. Right. Let's see what the new cabin is. Silently proceed to the cabin.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the base of the cabin. I think it's clear where everyone stands at this point.
At the foot of the at the foot of the cabin.
I don't know if I'd say everyone. You talking about me? I have a position. It's a good one.
It's
too.
on top of my head.
Ignore him. He's just talking for talking's sake. My position is the only one that matters. You know what you have to do.
Proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is hardly an interior at all anymore. The burned-out ruins merely suggest the shape of the structure that once stood here, charred wood still reeking of
There's
ash.
no knife.
But beneath it lies the fresh smell of spring growth after rain, the promise of new life in the wreckage of the old.
This is different.
The only furniture of note is the crisp shell of what was once a table, a pristine... Wait, this isn't right. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade?
Have I done it?
We gave it to her last time. She can't still have it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, it's not here. And if she has it...
She can get out.
Let me guess. You want to get all chummy with her.
Well, I get back on side. Guys, focus. That was the plan before. She regretted it. We're going to go in with the notion that she regretted it and see what happens. But the mirror is no longer on this side, it's in the middle.
Look, as far as I see it, if it's between him and her, I say we side with the one who has the weapon. It's just the smart thing to do.
It is. I mean, I would agree with you, but if you want to do the I told you so thing again, just so we could all remember what you said.
I wouldn't be so hasty. I'm sure the blade will turn up somewhere. She can't have it. That's not how this is supposed to work.
How do you know that? You're up to something. I don't trust you.
If she does have it, that's all the more reason to put our faith in her. We have already shown her our heart. Now she has to show us hers.
I think if we reflect, we didn't show her heart, she carved it out of us.
Unless her heart tells her to stab us, which doesn't seem unlikely.
It is
so,
a
yes,
possibility.
I agree. Let's make sure we get on her good side.
Charm offensive. Let's go. Let's approach the mirror.
You step forward and approach the scorched entryway leading to the basement, hesitating before you begin the descent.
Okay.
You know what you have to do. Wipe away the grit from the mirror, and behold our handsome features.
Is this like a Beauty and the Beast type story where I will become a nice human if I do this right?
It went away when we touched it last time. You reach forward and wave your hand through the hollow entrance leading to the basement.
What are you doing?
What are you doing? Alas, our fine features remain unseen. We'll just have to trust that she'll find us beautiful as we are.
We are, of course we are.
Well, seems like the only way to go is forward, isn't it?
It is.
Yes, that's where everything tends to be. Let's just put on a good face and have our wits about us.
Alright.
You step through the frame of scorched wood and make your way into the darkness below. The stairs to the basement are covered in a fine layer of gritty ash. The air still feels warm, as if the fires that ruined this place had only recently been extinguished. Yet fresh shoots of thorny branches are already weaving themselves through the soot-covered earth of the walls around you.
She must be out.
Their spines point courteously down towards the basement, so you're able to brush past their jagged points with ease, at least on the way down. But you don't need to think about the way back up just yet. That's a matter for after the world's been saved.
They can't lock the door. There is no door, so I can leave.
These thorns are an expression of her pain. I know it. She's calling out for help.
If she was calling out for help, she'd be using her voice.
Her voice, worn down by pain and suspicion, hobbles up the stairs.
I can't get away from you, can I?
It's changed
We
back
kill
to
each
that.
other and you come back. You let me kill you and you come back.
Right.
I don't know why you let me do that. I don't know what you want from me.
Right. This is good suspicion. So we can neutralize this. We've had one apiece. Right. I want to figure out a way of here for goods. I don't know what I want. I never really chose to come here. I want to free you. I mean it. I just want to talk. Really talk.
I think you know how this goes. I'm down here and I can't leave. So, come down and talk.
Okay.
It's not like I can stop you.
I don't know if that was the right decision, but we're going to go with that. Proceed.
You continue down the basement stairs, brushing past the smooth edges of thorns that grow more and more plentiful as you make your way forward.
Uh-huh.
You step out into what was once a vast open cavern, now overrun by briars and prickles and thistles.
Oh, she's
The
not.
space thick with hostile vegetation.
And I'm confused now because there's clearly daylight there, and she would have just been snatched up by the thing. Unless that's completely thrown me off, and it's a case of that's like one possible ending, that there's like this god entity.
At the heart of it all, encased in a tight weave of vines, is the princess, her bloody, trembling hands clutching a pristine blade.
Yes! Welcome back.
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh?
Ah, right, so she thinks that I'm here. She thinks I'm here to mock. Like, I was a trick of some description, so I forced bond. That's not the line I wanted. But there's this bondage that she finds herself in, this weaving, lifelike lattice of vines that's holding her in place, clearly scratching at her, is all being part of my design, which is not the case because I have no idea what we're doing. Damn. Okay, so it says here, let's see, yeah, I'm here to laugh. No, we're not. What did you think would happen after you killed me? Did you think I wouldn't hold it against you? I'm not here to laugh, I'm here to free you. If you'll let me. I can cut you free, but you'll have to give me the knife. Reach for the blade is the wrong thing to do. You're in a prison of your own making. I broke I broke our cycle of violence. If you still want to wallow in it, be my guest. Turn around and leave. I guess I don't have anything left to say to you. Turn and leave. Fine. If you're going to be like that, I'll have to leave. Have a nice... Oh, wow, there's 3 options to leave. God, the multiple choice in this is mental. I could cut you free, but you'll have to give me the blade. She's got the blade, so how can't she cut herself out? It must... Yeah, that's not going to work.
I want to trust you.
Yes, and I want to trust you now.
Her grip tightens on the blade.
Yes.
But you're hiding something, aren't you? Why would you help me if you weren't helping yourself?
Okay, that's a good question. You're not the only one who yearns for freedom. I am as trapped as you are. I think we need to leave together. Is there nothing I can do to steady your mind? Reach for the blade. Okay, so it's more options.
The princess clutches the blade closer to her chest.
It's like the more I tell her the truth, the more she doesn't believe me. The way I did it the first time, where I told her that when I gave away my influence, it seemed to be the way to do it.
That sounds nice. I'm so tired of the bad blood between us.
I know.
But it's hard to let it go. You've hurt me.
And you've hurt me.
Her eyes dart away from yours.
Don't slit my throat. Please.
And I've also hurt you.
Yes! There we go. Right, we're on the same wavelength. Is there nothing I can do to you? Can I take the blade now?
I don't know. What can either of us really say at this point? How can we trust something as hollow as words?
Yes. What would have happened if I'd let her out? The guy would have taken over again, right?
She's right. There's nothing left to say. So let's get a move on and do something before she comes up with a scheme to get out of here on her own.
You've suddenly become very pessimistic, Mr. Optimism.
We don't need words to send a message. It is through action that we can show her our adoration, our devotion, our kindness.
Absolutely smitten. You're on to something. Suggestive dance is the way that we're going to win her heart. Then maybe it's past time for either of us to say anything. All that counts is action. Reach for the blades. I'm not going to reach for the blade. That's the wrong thing to do. Reaching for the blade is going to make her suspicious. Can I take the blade now? Asking for the blade is a risky move because she's going to wonder why I want it. That kind of works better than just this on its own.
You reach towards her bloodied hands, laying your palm on her trembling fingers.
Okay.
For a moment, she clutches it even tighter, her knuckles going white with the effort.
Uh-huh.
But then the tension fades.
Cool.
Her grip finally loosens and she allows you to take the weapon.
How bad would it be if I just go, ha-ha!
You carefully pull it free from the thorns, though they scrape at your skin, leaving red trickles of fresh blood
We're now
all
poisoned.
along your arms. She trusts us. She trusts us. Doesn't that set your heart aflutter?
It was the dance, I tell you.
Yeah, a little. It could just be nerves. Being this close to her does bring back unpleasant memories.
Of course.
I don't know, it doesn't feel bad. Feels good. Like we're special to her.
I mean, we have a connection of some degree of mistrust, yes.
We are special to have gained an ounce of trust from a maiden so guarded. Now all that remains is to free her from her bindings. Yeah, let's do it. Let's show her how much both of us have changed.
It's not that we've changed. We were scared. Remember, let's stick to the narrative. We were frightened to begin with. She chewed off her wrists.
Or, hear me out, we slay her. Right here, right now. She's never been so helpless, and if we don't take advantage of that, we may never get another chance.
And what do you think?
It's 2 against 2.
It is.
You don't count. And why shouldn't he count?
Because he's not the original.
Because he's clearly not one of us.
That's probably the smartest thing you've said all day.
That doesn't matter. He's been with us the whole time. He should get a say.
No, but he's not. He doesn't remember. He's an outside influence. He's called the narrator. He's not a voice. He's not a voice. Right.
So, did you mean it? Or was I a fool to hand my life to you?
Stabby, stabby, stabby. Cut her free. I just wanted the blade back. You're on your own. See ya. Cut her free.
Yes, what a good idea. Let's cut her free.
Yes.
Oh, so you're suddenly team free her? You can't just switch sides as soon as we make a decision.
Clearly he can. He's optimistic. Nothing will faze him. I could turn round and tell him we're going to strip naked and skinny dip, and he'd be up for it.
I can do whatever I want, and I believe with my whole heart that this is the right course of action.
You're flaky,
Let's
heart.
free this princess. Everyone deserves a chance at redemption. Let him join us.
You're
and be
too forgiving.
merry. We are all united by our passion.
And I don't really want to hear from you.
That's right. What he said.
Not you. Him.
We've already given him a chance at redemption.
No, I'm talking about narrator.
And who says I don't deserve another? I really mean it this time. I'm big enough to admit when I'm wrong. So I want to help you all free her.
Okay, it's not all about you. I mentioned the narrator.
And I have no problem with that. Welcome to the team.
Oh, God,
One
guys.
Of us now. One of the good guys. You take the blade to the thorny vines imprisoning the princess, and she flinches, relaxing only slightly as the blade slices into the thick vegetation rather than her arm.
Good, so she's relaxed. That's good.
And she flinches again as the last of the vines is cut away, as if, after all of that, she's still expecting you to turn on her and stab her in the heart.
I mean...
But you're not going to do that, are you?
No, I'm not.
Still,
I'm not.
all it would take is a single slip of the blade. Such a pathetic attempt at distraction and subterfuge. Our blade is a dashing sword.
I'd prefer a
and
sword.
Every dashing sword is an extension of its hero. It won't slip.
It will not falter, sir.
You're right. He can't even make it slip, can he? He's a bit of a nobody. Good thing I've been on your side of all this since the beginning.
I haven't.
The princess falls into your arms, tears streaking down her cheeks. I can't believe you're making me describe this. I hate you.
Yes.
You actually meant it. You rescued me.
I don't know what's happening, but yes. Ask these guys.
Do you see the way she's looking at us? Kiss her. Kiss her now before the moment ends.
It's a really weird relationship that you want to kiss the woman that we killed. That's an option? Of course I did. I just really hate the people who... If I go to kiss her, she's going to think I'm some kind of, like... What kind of narcissist am I? I just really hate the people that put us here. Of course I did.
She smiles, her hand slipping into yours, and the two of you rush to the basement stairs.
Right, so it's going to be closed now.
You should have kissed her, you fool.
It wasn't...
It was the perfect moment.
It wasn't... Not everything is about you. It was not the perfect moment.
Shameful, really, that the same thorns that so graciously allowed you downstairs
Of course
are
they
now
are.
blocking your only way out.
Aha.
Please, after all the trials we've been through, do you really think a few measly thorns
Love
can
is our
stop us?
weapon.
Love is an even more powerful weapon than our blade.
However, I will say this now. If this is the best ending because of love, right? That's pretty good.
We cut through those other vines just fine. They're only thorns. I'm not afraid of getting a few scrapes.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, you just sit nice.
I'm not even sure we need to do any cutting. We can just move them out of the way. What a pathetic showing, really.
You are far too optimistic for what's happening right now.
A few pointy sticks can't keep us down here. We're both meant for so much more than this.
Yes. Ignore the fact that I sided with her, and you say nothing, smitten. Cut the thorn, step into the thorn. We're not stepping into the thorns, we'll cut the thorn. Yeah.
As you swing your blade into the thorns covering the basement stairs, they yield.
Ooh.
Both you and the princess ascend the stairs without obstacle. This is unacceptable. The second you step out of this cabin with her, the world ends. Do you hear me? What did the world ever do to you to deserve this?
You killed me 3 times. 4 times. How many times it was?
Your nightmare is our dream. Whatever world would condemn an innocent like her to a cycle of violence and despair isn't a world worth saving. We'll weave something new together. Something better.
We could remold it. We could remold it, couldn't we? We could totally remold it.
You and the princess hesitate at the cabin door. This is your last chance. We've already made our decision.
Damn right we have, little man.
We're finally leaving here together, aren't we? And all we had to do was trust each other. It wasn't easy, but I'm glad we finally could.
Completely ignoring the fact that she feels no pain and is happily to decapitate and remove body parts without it. Yeah. Totally innocent. Step into your freedom.
Hands clasped, the two of you open the door and step out into a new day, you irredeemable murderers.
Uh-oh. What have I done?
What do we do now? Where's everything going? Why is it so cold?
So every time she gets out of the cabin, this happens. Oh well, we're back again.